Yes, y'all. Woo. When you hear my man jamming Jayla Marc on a Tuesday on TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, you know you're in the room. Sports Talk on TAAN TV, y'all. So I'm gonna bring in my crew. I gathered them today. Representing the Midwest. They in the house. They showed up first, y'all. Fresh off his Two Dog Sports Show. My main man, Mr. Jeremiah Watts in the house, y'all.
What's going on, everybody? What's going on?
What's happening, Jeremiah, baby? What's happening, man? I'm going to bring in that other half of the Midwest. He's my co-host of In the Room, y'all. He represents also Langston. He's going to be coming in, throwing up them L's, showing some love. Mr. Philip Townsend, y'all.
What's happening? L's up, baby. You know what time it is.
It's up, man. Oh, now representing the West Coast out there, y'all, just doing his thing, man. Right now, he's in the middle of a project, but he's gonna stop in and holler at us here on Sports Talk. Our nationally touring comedian, Mr. Marc Howard, baby's in the house, y'all.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm en route. L's up.
Where you headed, Mark?
I'm headed to rehearsal. I'm doing a play. It's called My Skin Is Your Sin. And can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Hold on. You said it's called what?
My Skin Is Your Sin.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Very, very deep play, touching on I would say it's touching on some of the common plights of us African Americans in the inner city. Also, even in LA, not only just fighting against whites, but also the black and the brown that has been beefing it out as well.
Okay.
I play an old man. I play somebody like Vance.
There was a lot of wisdom to come with that old age.
Man.
Yes, old being a fool. That's what they say.
Yes,
That's what they say. So you know, and you probably shocked a few folks when you said, "Oh, anyway."
What's going on? Why not me? What's going on?
Why not me in the house?
Why not me?
Good looking out, Jeremiah. We'll give her a shout out, man. Okay, go, y'all. It's hope everybody had a great weekend. And before we start, y'all, this is probably the last time we'll be on with National Women's Month this month. So we want to give a shout out again to the outstanding women that's doing their thing. All right. If you fellas want to say something about it real quick, and we'll push it and we'll jump into our first little question of the night.
Yeah, ladies, enjoy your month.
It's almost over, you. All right, y'all. Let's talk. What's happening now, man? You know, one of my favorite times of the season of the year, March Madness. Well, and we down to that Final Four, y'all. That Final Four in the men and in the women's. It looks like. Let me see. I'm gonna go with the men here first. We got San Diego State and Florida Atlantic and Miami versus UConn. All right, fellas. That San Diego State and in Florida Atlantic. Hey, now look, I need 30 seconds with y'all today, y'all. The production meeting went short. Matter of fact, we didn't have a production meeting, but we're doing it right now.
Oh, come on, man. You taking longer. Just ask the question.
Holla at me, dog. 30 seconds, Two Dogs. Talk about what do you think about Florida? Florida Atlanta and San Diego State in this showdown at the Final Four.
It's gonna be a good game. Florida Atlantic, they some corn hustlers. They rebound. They play good defense. They pressure defense. They hit shots. They make you play. the whole 4 quarters. I got FAU over San Diego State. Next question.
FAU. Okay, Mark.
Next question, we got to answer.
Yeah, you got to give. We gonna give Mark 30. His 30. What do you say on that first one, Mark? 30 seconds, man.
And I mean, the thing is, I look at that. I'm gonna pull for San Diego State. A little personal tug. Lamont Butler is a kid I've seen since he was a very young kid out there. He has definitely been a solid player. I like the big guy in the middle that they can play defense. They force him down in their lane, and that big guy just clears he protects the rim. So I like San Diego State at this point. They're playing the team on their level instead of a big Power 5. They got a chance to go to the championship.
All right. What do you say, co-host? What do you say on that one?
I'm like Mark. I like San Diego State. I think that they'll take care of it. So I'm good. San Diego State. Did you want me to pick who's going to win it all? But that's okay. Don't worry about it.
Okay, so you got San Diego State on this one. Okay. Man, San Diego State is strong. They're very strong. But my heart is really with Florida Atlantic, man, because they're gonna play ball, and we'll see. San Diego State's gonna be a little rough with them and try to put that D on them. But I like the flow of Florida Atlantic, and I'm gonna go Florida Atlantic.
Lord, have mercy! No, man,
Hey, I didn't get
no.
30, man. I didn't get 30.
That's
Okay,
a guaranteed victory for me and Mark.
let's move
That's
to the
what
next.
I'm saying.
Hey, let's move to Miami,
I'm going
UConn,
San Diego
man.
State now. Good
And let's move
Lord.
to Miami, UConn, man. That's gonna be a tough one too, man. So, Two Dogs, what you saying? What you talking about?
I like UConn in this one. I like their inside game. They guards is a guard. They have real decent, good guards. And so they're a veteran team. Which all 4 of these teams are veteran teams. Neither one of them have a one and done or a true freshman playing. But I like UConn. UConn been beating everybody by 15 points or more throughout this whole tournament.
What do you say, Mark?
I was saying earlier too, man. This is a family show. You're talking about putting that D on them. You got to watch what you say, dude.
Mark.
The thing is, come on, man,
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, that's our national touring comedian. So I guess he think he's doing his nightclub act.
Yeah. Anyway, but I'm gonna go with Miami. This is the first time John Larranaga got the job at Miami because he took a little old school near my hometown, George Mason, to the Final Four, and he ain't never been to the Final Four until now. I mean, that was what 15 years ago. So I'm happy for him, but I see Miami. Miami plays hard, man. He got some dogs on that Miami squad, and even though they didn't win the ACC tournament, they won the ACC regular season. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Miami on that.
Okay, co-host.
Look, Miami's they are scrapers and scrappers, and if you had to pull for somebody to do something, that's it. But I'm going with UConn, and the reason I'm going with UConn is because, unlike a lot of people, fellas, I don't know if you can see that, but that was my prediction.
Leave it up.
That was my prediction for the Final Four.
You know that looked just like some childhood scribble that Vance did.
No, but you can see the date.
I mean, he's showing it, Jeremiah.
Hey, Phil. Anybody can make up a date.
You see the date I picked.
You picked.
Woo!
You picked them last month.
On August 1st, 2023. So there's no confusion. You saw the date. You saw my picks.
And we're seeing the handwriting in ink too.
Okay, y'all.
That's what makes it legit.
Let me get y'all on record real quick.
They didn't even have any brackets out.
All right, Phil. Let me get y'all on record then. Who's going to win it all in the men? Jeremiah.
I would love for FAU to win, but I think Connecticut gonna win it all.
Connecticut. What do you say? What do you say, Mark?
I think Wong is going to make it right. Miami, the U.
And co-host.
Since I had a cousin that played for San Diego State years ago, I am going with UConn.
Very good, man. And there you have it, y'all. You just heard it. Let me take a quick station break. You tuned in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, y'all. Sports talk crew. Let me slow down to get it right.
Vance, who you got? You picked
As
Florida
stated,
Atlantic. Who you got?
I said, I wanted to get you guys on record. So when I come,
I'm asking you real quick.
now I'm going Florida Atlantic. Florida Atlantic. I'm going to go with
Oh, okay.
Florida
I'm sorry.
Atlantic.
You want to wait? You want to wait until the game's over to pick your winner? Go ahead.
I just said it, Florida Atlantic. I'm going with Florida Atlantic, man. So it's gonna be tough, man. Tough 2 games. All right. So station break was in. We all good. So yo, let's go to our first favorite segment of the night, man. I think we on time. We rolling in a segment that is hosted by none other than the host of the Two Dog Sports Show out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. And it's a segment that we call Just a Doggone Minute. Jeremiah, what are you talking about tonight, my brother?
My thing, I want to give love to, since it's Women's Month, and I want to give love to the Women's March Madness. I don't think they've been getting a fair shake um, with everything. I don't think they've been given a fair shake with airtime, and it's wrong. I think there has to be better marketing when it comes to the women's game. And having the women's game on at the same time that the men's game was going on, to me, I think is a disservice to the women. Majority of the people are going to watch the men's game until the women's game get down to the Final Four, and you had some good, awesome women's games. You have some good games that's coming up with the women in the Final Four, and it's just as good as the men's game. You have some stars that are going to be playing in the women's game, just like we're in the men's game. You really don't have any stars. You really don't know who's who. So I really do want to see. I'm hoping that the women's game get better ratings than the men. Even if that happened, they still is going to get the short end of the stick when it comes to March Madness. Because and what people don't realize, you're starting to get more and more parity in the women's game, just like you're getting more and more parity in the men's game. The women's game has improved dramatically. UConn is not the head honcho and the king of the crop no more. South Carolina getting players, LSU getting players, Maryland's getting players, Arizona's getting players, Ohio State. You got Virginia Tech. You have all these schools that's playing good basketball, but they don't get the publicity that they need to get and that they should get. We seen it 2 years ago when they had the shiesty and the travesty of a locker room and weight room. And so I think the NCAA has to do better when it comes to women's March Madness. And so that's my take on it. And I'll be doggone if things probably still won't change. I'm out.
Very good, Jeremiah. I'm glad you brought that out, man, and brought that to attention, man, because that one year was terrible, bro. Matter of fact, was that in San Antonio? Did that happen when the weight room was just so much different from the men? That was
They
San
were in
Antonio, wasn't
Texas.
it? Yeah, that was San Antonio. I believe, yes, it was. So anyway, and with that, man,
I'm gonna say not since one person that used to be on the show that I criticize someone's tape, but one, it's not as good as the men's. Respect to them, they play well. I like girls basketball, women basketball. It's not as good as the men's, and they are getting a lot of more airplay. And the other thing too, Maryland been good. We won the championship 8 years ago. Don't act like we just hard and they get players.
please stop.
Put some respect on the Maryland Terps.
Okay, guys. With that, man, let's
Christy
just jump to the
Soliver,
women.
baby.
Let's get these women's pick out of here, real quick, y'all. Let's get the women's pick, and so we can move on, y'all. So we got Virginia Tech, a number 1 seed, versus LSU, the number 3 seed. What do you got on that? And real quick, let's jump that to 15 seconds. What do you got, Jeremiah?
See what I'm saying? Hold on. See, you just showed just what I was
You're
talking about
messing
right
up
there,
your
Vance.
15 seconds.
You
You're
told
messing up
no,
your 15 seconds.
I'm messing up my 15 seconds on purpose. Cause Van, the men got 30 seconds. Now you just give the women 15 seconds.
Jeremiah, you just
come on.
did just a doggone minute for 2 minutes and voiced all your opinion about the women's situation. You get 15 seconds, and Mark and Phil will get their 30 seconds. It all averages out, brother. Who is the king? That's why I'm back in this first square. Matter of fact, your 15 seconds gonna be up there in the little box. Carry on. Carry
There we
on,
go.
coach.
There we go. There we
Now
go.
you down to 10 seconds. Go.
I got South Carolina and LSU in the championship game, and South Carolina winning.
What do you say, Mark? Very good, Jeremiah.
Good picks. And that girl from Iowa, man, she had a 40-point triple double. Can she repeat that again? I'm sorry. What are the matchups again? I'm sorry, real quick. LSU
Iowa,
playing
South Carolina.
And Iowa and South Carolina.
South Carolina went 10 deep on Maryland. They played 10 players on us. So I'm going to have to say South Carolina's going to win it all, and they will beat LSU. I'd like to pull for LSU because let's face
Mulkey,
the girl.
Reese.
Oh, not Mulkey, but Reese.
Yeah.
Reese winning will be a derivative for Maryland because her brother is Julian Reese that plays for the Maryland Terps.
Okay, thank you, Mark. What do you say? What do you say, co-host?
Well, normally I would say that I was impressed by what Mark and Jeremiah said, but given, as you can see, I had it already picked. If you'll see the date, August 3rd, 2023, I already had the picks done. South Carolina, LSU, South Carolina winning. That's what I do, baby. That's what I do.
Yeah, well, I definitely got.
So he's picking for 2000. He's picking for 2024 because if his picks were August of 2023, that month hasn't gotten here yet. and he said that on both times.
Woo!
Hey,
What's going on, Terry Rayford?
No, that
Okay.
I said the date that I picked it. The date I picked.
What you do? Go to the future?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to tell you. I'm that good. I saw
Hey, y'all,
the future,
in the TAAN
what it
TV,
was.
the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, y'all.
That's what
and
I
we
do,
come
baby.
back.
What's
from this
going on,
station
Terry?
break, we're gonna have
Vance,
my man Mark and
they
doing
couldn't
his
even recognize
Mark's
you.
rant. It's simply Mark's rant, y'all. We're gonna do that after this station break. You're tuning in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach. Hey, Mark, you on, man? It's your time, man. Tell us about what you ranting about today, my brother.
I say this for Phil, as Ray Charles' mama said, scratch a lie, find a thief. Anyway, I'm gonna go into the point that we're just getting ready to start here in the AAU season. I'm coaching with a very fine program, Prodigy, out of here in Southern California, more so in the Inland Empire. A lot of the kids we get there. I'm gonna say parents, everybody, check who your kids are being coached with, developed with. I'm not here to complain beside grades. My son is coaching now. He's coaching my grandson. They're 9 years old. That's 9 and under. Okay, they got a couple 7-year-olds on the team, and they played a team. They had their very first tournament a few weeks ago where they went to the championship. So I'm not complaining. They went to the championship, their first tournament. They lost to a team that was good. I watched them. They hit my guys in the mouth. Had the kids crying and whatnot. And they just have better players. At that young age, they got more better players than we did. No problem. They beat us by double digits. We weren't ready. We played the next tournament last weekend. The first team we played, guess who? That team we lost to in the championship in the previous tournament. Now we're better. We're prepared for them. Mentally, emotionally, we're playing them. You know, one kid was still crying. He's pretty emotional, and he's our best player. But we're playing them. Had a chance to win the game. We only lost by about 4 or 5 points. They played in the championship game through that tournament. That was the first game of the tournament. They won all the game. We won the rest of our game. So we ended up meeting them in the championship the next day. And that other team goes to a box and one on us. A box and one. Who does that for little kids? This is what I'm saying. My point is this. How are you developing these kids for the future by doing a junk defense? You're doing this junk defense because you're worried about winning a championship as opposed to developing these kids and let the championship take care of themselves. You haven't even lost to us, and you're already pulling junk defenses out because you're worried about losing the championship and not getting a trophy, coach. Parents, pay attention to how your kid is being coached. Don't get me wrong. They blew us out. We weren't ready for that either. They beat us 24-0. They blanked us. But the fact is that we'll be ready for it next time. Then what you going to do? What are these kids going to do when they don't get developed? That's the kind of coach that tells me when you got a couple of players that's good, you'll let them dominate, and the other kids are so-so, you ain't going to coach them. You're just going to stick them in the corner. You know, parents, you want your kids to have all these winning teams and say they played on these winning teams. When they get to high school, bodies change, growth comes and goes. Look at yourselves. If your kid look like he's tall but you short, he probably stopped growing. And he's better learn some skills. Even if he is big, he better learn some skills. There's some kids out there right now that's going to be tall. They're going to be tall and they're learning to play. I got a kid now on my team. This is his first year playing. And he's developing. He's working hard. He's going to be tall. So just keep in mind, man, development. Development's always development. Until you're getting paid for it, you're always trying to develop. All right? Good luck out there, guys.
I'm sorry, Mark. Was that the end of your rant, baby?
Yeah, you hit it right on
Oh,
time.
okay, right on, man. Well, thanks for that. Sounded
Yeah, Mark, he probably didn't get the thing that you signed off.
no, what I got is something about maybe coaching might be the problem.
I mean, you're right. You're right. My son's his first time coaching, and he's learning that. I mean, he knows the game.
Yeah.
But expecting another team to run a box and one 9-year-old. Okay. You know, and so okay, and you'll be prepared for that next time.
That's the key, man. You said the key words. Be prepared. You'll be prepared next time to make it happen, yo. So real quick though, Mark, I'm gonna jump into the NFL, man. Because I know this brother's in the news right now, man, and one, because I want to bring him up because it's Lamar Jackson, y'all. So what do y'all think about Lamar Jackson's situation, and should he play on the exclusive franchise tag? And I'm gonna start. What do you think? I'll start with you, Jeremiah. Wake up.
I'm not asleep, man.
No, I'm messing with you.
You know, you're going talk after Mark might have put me to sleep, but I ain't sleep. No.
Personal attacks, man. Go ahead.
No, he shouldn't play on that tag. No.
Okay.
They undercut him. They gave him a lowballed him. But no, even though, you know, the situation is the situation, he need an agent, but no, he shouldn't play. I wouldn't. Because he get hurt, they're going to hold it against him.
Okay. What do you say, Mark?
You know, it's his call. If he got enough money to sit out, go for it, man. You know, what I would do while you're sitting out and pondering Lamar Jackson, if I can give you a bit of advice,
get
an agent. Stop being cheap. Stop being cheap. I'm gonna say this. You're not gonna get the money you're looking for without an agent. Get the money you're looking for with an agent. And you'll have to break him off a little commission. It'll still be more money than what you got.
Or at least pay for Uncle Henry to go get a agent license or something.
Okay. He ain't got time to wait for that to happen. He got to pass the test and all that.
What do you say, co-host? What do you say? He need an agent? Does he need an agent?
No, I'm not buying the fact that Lamar needs an agent. You know, the thing is this. He's a quarterback. he's going to make an X amount of dollars, whether it's the exact dollars that he wants or not. Even with an agent, that doesn't guarantee him look. The agent's job is to work and intermingle in with ownership and try and get. But the thing about agents, I wish we had our agent Larry on here, is that agents work in collusion with owners. If Lamar Jackson gets this deal as a quarterback, why do you need that agent? The agent will tell you, I get out, I have dinners with this owner. That's what we do. And I'll sacrifice somebody else in order to get you that deal of that kind. Don't worry about it. You work with me on this one, I'll get it on the other one. But Lamar Jackson, he doesn't need an agent. He needs a system that's not colluding against him with agents and owners. He's never, look, if he had an agent, he's still not going to get a guaranteed contract. I'm not saying that's what he wanted, but even an agent isn't going to get him that. Now, if you want to say we offered him 3 years at 133, I'll take the 3 years as a quarterback. It's not about time and years. As a extended years. As a quarterback, it's about getting as many opportunities to get the bag that you can. If Lamar had a three-year, $150 million contract, take it. Because the cap is only going to go up for you, and you got $50 million right there. So if you get that, fine. But don't look to take a $230 or $250 5-6 year contract. That's no. You want to get as many hits at the pie as you can, because the money's only going to get better.
Well, son, there it is, fellas. I appreciate everybody's knowledge on that. I'm gonna take a quick station break.
Rodney Kidd said the agent represent the player's best interest, Phil. That's how they get more clients, in his opinion.
You can believe that if you want. I happen to know that agents will sacrifice a player down the line in order to get something really up there for another player. So no, he's not representing that all players on an equal basis.
Okay. On another day, Mark's back.
Rodney Kidd, Phil said you lying.
And that's how we do it, y'all. How we interact with our fans, man.
Can y'all hear me?
Man, we have a good time.
Hey, look, Jeremiah's always starting stuff, ain't it?
Am I back in?
No.
We can hear your voice.
Yeah, we can hear your voice.
So I'm going to say this to you, Phil. The agents are colluding against him. They're not going to allow Lamar Jackson to take money out of their pockets. It's not, and believe me, I'm not here to advocate like an agent or anything like that. I understand you're going to have an uphill battle with it. But because I heard but it's true.
It's hard to understand you, Mark.
How about now?
Mark, we're having trouble understanding what you're saying. But again, I'm saying Lamar cannot beat this machine. This is a machine. He couldn't win it if he wanted to. It's just not going to work.
Well, I agree with you, Phil. I think he should take, if they offered him 3 years, $150 million, take
guaranteed.
Guaranteed. Yeah, if they offer him 3 years, $150 million guaranteed, you take that. You don't push that away, because after because in the contract, what you do, you tell them you cannot franchise me. You cannot, and give me a no trade clause, or at least you can't franchise me in the contract. So that means after those 3 years, I'm a free agent again. So if I handle my business, see, but the thing is, the rules say he cannot contact any team until the league opens. So where agent can contact teams before the league open. They can't contact Lamar. They couldn't contact Lamar Jackson, or he couldn't contact them until the league year opens. And so that's and free agency open. That's what hindered him. And right now they got him in a catch-22 because if any team offer him, the team is giving up so much to get him. Most teams is not going to give up 2 first-round picks to try to get him when they can wait it out and try to get him later on and a trade.
Look, they just gave up a whole bunch of bag for a sorry quarterback. 3 first-round picks. So the thing is this: Lamar Jackson, it's not about what time of the year. He does not have an agent. He could, if the league would have let him do it when everybody else could, he'd still be in the same predicament he is now because he's working against a system that he can't beat. Owners and agents. Lamar Jackson will never be able to beat owners and agents.
Well, he's not the first one that didn't have an agent. He just
that's my point.
He's just a well-known popular quarterback.
They weren't quarterbacks.
Right. But the thing is
didn't have an agent, and he just got the biggest tackle contract ever.
Tackle.
Who didn't?
Phil Tackle.
The great position, left tackle.
Ain't you got a? Don't you have an agent, Mark?
Come on, man. Come on.
I mean, the thing is, not to have an agent, but the thing is that I remember
Vance, that's only the second or third most valuable position on a team.
But still, it's not the quarterback. And
I just talked about quarterback.
But
that ain't driving this.
The quarterback
that tackle ain't driving that pay, man. That ain't driving.
I stated the quarterback position.
That ain't driving it. That ain't driving the money.
I have seen.
The quarterback doesn't drive that position.
Look, I have seen players go without an agent. In fact, my boy, if you know the actor Dwayne Martin, he is here. He was an agent for Priest Holmes, and then when Priest Holmes had the last contract Priest Holmes had at Kansas City, Dwayne told me, he said, "Oh no, I didn't do that." He said he was letting God handle his contract decision. Not that I'm laughing at Lord, I'm outside the church over here, but the fact is that they do that. But hey, my point is that Lamar Jackson is hearing stuff that he doesn't want to hear, and his temperament is not going to take that well and go all personal. That's what the point is, that now you can't negotiate. Business is business. And he's not. I don't think he's putting his feelings aside. And the fact is that you want 250, you want 200 something or 220, all guaranteed. They're not trying to.
But you don't know what he wants, Mark. Mark, you don't know what he wants.
He turned down a bag that was guaranteed. They say he wants a fully guaranteed contract.
No,
in the range.
What he
turned
down was 3 years, 130 million, 133 million guaranteed. Kyler Murray even laughed at him and said, "If you take that, you're a fool."
Yeah, the Ravens are disrespected, man. So we're gonna see how this saga folds out, man. And I just hate to see
Kyler Murray.
But, oh Lord, Kyler Murray.
I love me some Kyler Murray.
Why?
But Kyler Murray said
I don't even want to know why. I don't even want to know why. Shut up. Kyler Murray, please. Anyway, y'all, I'm going to take a quick station break. When we come back, we're going to go to our third favorite segment.
Stop hating.
We're going to
I got to review no more.
I got to run a
All right, Mark. We'll catch you later, man. Be safe.
All right, peace out, Mark.
All right, man.
Learn your lines. Learn your lines.
Yeah, I do need to learn them. The Players Friday.
If you tune in to TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, y'all. Sometimes we get a little hyped up here on Sports Talk, man. So
he is not gonna be no coach, Terry.
Oh, well, they said something about it though,
He ain't going to no coats.
Oh, okay. But y'all, right now we're gonna jump to our third favorite segment of the night, and it's a segment that we call Phil Knows It All. Hey Phil, hold on, let me get it set here for you. We out of here.
Enough's enough. Enough is enough. You would think that the thought of some 9-year-olds seeing something like that pointed at them and then being murdered along with 3 of their teachers, 2 teachers and a custodian person, that would be enough to move the needle. Well, look, I'm going to say this is the last week of National Women's Month. And women, I am saying this to you now. I am imploring you to take and use your superpower. The men have already demonstrated they don't care. They are willing to let your babies and even theirs be just slaughtered and not care one bit about it. There's zero reason that there should be a weapon of mass destruction that's used in time of war to disable a body as quickly as you can. And that happens. So women, I see you as the only hope to getting this done, along with the younger generation that's coming. That's coming. This is not Second Amendment rights. You don't need anything like this. This is Second Amendment rights. This is enough for Second Amendment rights. Something like this is all you need to take care of your Second Amendment rights. So women, again, I implore you to get to the polls. And you know what? I know I'm not talking to all women. I know we have those insane, idiotic women like the Boebert lady, the Marjorie Taylor Greene, and dare I say, the evangelical white Christian women. See, you people are talking about pro-life, and you are for pro-life, but yet you will allow the number one thing that kills children to go without any type of repercussion. You will not ban this assault weapon. That's all you have to do. And for those of you who really want to talk about it infringing on your Second Amendment rights, well, I'll tell you what. Take away all the large capacity magazines and just make it to where they can shoot 8 at a time. The same as you could with something like this. That's all you have to do. And I guarantee you, they will not want it. So, women, again, I'm asking you, please, please get to the polls. Take any and everybody you can, and take even some of these non-voting black men. Black men, you got to do your part, because enough is enough of seeing these kids get killed. I know what you're saying. Well, that's not going to solve it all. It's not going to solve it all. But you can meter it back. And I know this can happen. We've already had an assault ban at one point. And so with that came fewer deaths, especially mass killings. We've already had over 120 this year. So people, get it right. Women, we need you. You got to get on out and do what you can do to save this country, because those men have failed you something miserably. They failed our kids. Let's get them out of office right now. Thank you.
Thank you, Phil. And once again, man.
I heard you, Phil. Good job, man.
Yes, sir. I hear you. That was a great job, man. And you look like you had a little training, man. You slid back in there, boy. You look like the commando, brother. You was.
I think we should. Me personally, I think they should no gun that a police officer or they have in military should be in any civilian's hands. I think they should. I think they should have just let us use 6 shooters, and that's it. But because they claim that it was for sport, or they claim that it was for what do you call that, collection? They was building up their collection. They allowed it to happen, and now everybody and their grandma have all these guns. What I need a round that shoots 300 people for? What I need a round that shoot 30 times or 80 times for? What for? A 6 shooter would do the same damage that I need to do if I'm shooting somebody. That's just, hey, I
Well,
think it's stupid.
and Jeremiah, we'll even allow you could get a 50 cal. Something you can shoot and take down a helicopter. It's crazy what you can do, and it's all because of the big dollars. It's not
Right.
just the lobbyists; it's the fact that they get all of this money from these big gun manufacturers. And again, these guys are getting their pockets lined and greased so hard. You got to get them out. It's amazing. And I always hate to say this, and I hate to say this because Lord knows I don't want anybody to get the idea and say we got to run with it. But it's sad that the only reason there have not been any measures in place is because you have not killed the right kids.
Mm.
And that's
You know
the
that,
saddest
you
thing
know that
about
private
it.
school got hit today.
This is my point.
But that's not even that. Phil, they still won't do nothing, and they threaten their own life.
No. Jeremiah, I will tell you right now, if Mitch McConnell's grandkids got something happen to him, Ted Cruz's daughters, and things happen to him, I guarantee you, these people will start pushing legislation in a New York minute.
Phil, you better do a disclaimer, because what they'll come back and say, I did it because I heard Phil Townsend in the
that's
room.
why I did my disclaimer up front. That's why I did my disclaimer up front. But the point about it is that if they don't feel it hitting them, but guess what? It's coming. This place that got hit in Nashville, oh yeah, entertainers. Their kids go to that school. That's in a very nice neighborhood. Though it's coming. You can think it's not, but it's coming to the suburbs.
And only reason that school was saved, because of prayer, but also because the chief in their training, they said, not on our watch. We going in guns a blazing, and we're not supposed to sit and wait. And because of what they did, you had less killing and less deaths than what you would have had if they wouldn't have went in and said, not on our watch. We finna go handle our business. No way someone should have a gun. I know Phil showed his gun that he did, but
this isn't mine. I would not have one. Matter of fact, the reason I've had it for years is because my friend doesn't want it in the house with his kids.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying I know you showed it, but my thing is, I just feel we don't, as civilians, we don't need that type of weapon.
You don't need it.
I don't. And people say, well, what you gonna use against the police? What? How many of us shooting at the police?
Right. Look, there is zero reason. I mean,
Really is.
And taking away your first amendment right, second, whichever when raggedy rights is, taking away their rights. Nowhere in the Constitution say you got to have a AK-47 and all. Nowhere. It just say rights to bear arms. Well, if I hold a stick, that's me bearing arms. It didn't say guns. So, we need to use common sense and think for ourselves. Me saying that you can't have an AK-47 or assault rifle, that is not taken away from your amendment rights because I'm still allowing you to keep a gun. And the only reason it was set up that way is because of slavery, so they can be able to shoot people down that was running away. That's it. It's because of black people.
Well, fellas, I think we had a great night tonight. I think that's a good way to end it, man. And I'm gonna give you guys about 15 more seconds to if you want to shout something out real quick. And Jeremiah, I know you always have something we want to get off the chest. 15 seconds, shoot to us, or get on.
Uh, support sickle cell awareness. Sickle cell is the oldest genetic blood disorder in the world, but it gets the less funding. So unless people in the community support these community-based organizations and what they're doing good work. I know the one I work for, all the proceeds go towards helping families. We getting laws passed. We got our sickle cell families exempted from the opioid law here in Oklahoma. And that's big here in Oklahoma because we're a red state, but we got it exempted from the opioid law where they wasn't in that where they can get their medicine that they need. Support sickle cell awareness. You can go donate with our program. Go to www.sicklecelloklahoma.org, www.sicklecelloklahoma.org, and you can donate to help bring a change in the world of sickle cell.
What do you say, co-host?
Well, I just want to say that, look, we can start with stricter gun laws, but look, something as simple as people, the Congress people and people in the Senate not even wanting to pass stricter background laws. That makes no sense that you don't even want something as simple as that to happen to where it's a stricter background laws. But it's just crazy. They they don't want to take away or do a simple thing like that. But I really like it that, like a lot of people are saying, they don't have a problem treating women as property because that's what they're doing when men want to rule their bodies. And then you have the people like the evangelical white Christian women that just follow suit. It's much like the Republicans on Fox said, look, if you want them to vote the way we want them to vote, then the women need to be married. Stupid. But they just simply got to they've got to do something and start with getting it banned, assault weapons banned. And the only way they're going to do that is to get different blood into Congress and the Senate. And because one side has completely lost their mind, they're just as loony as can be. And then the others are just so cowardice that they don't want to stand up. It's amazing. They don't mind seeing kids get killed because they want to keep power. It's not about them keeping a job. Every last one of them could walk out of there right now, out of Congress, and make more money than they ever thought of. They could do that, but it's that power. And they were more than willing to sacrifice the lives of kids, the lives of women. Look at all the laws now that basically says we will kill women. Look, South Carolina, we're killing women if they get an abortion. Thought you were pro-life. What's the deal? You couldn't think of nothing else but to say you're going to kill women, and it's another state that's looking to follow suit. It's crazy. And, look, women, the young guys, black guys, get out and vote. You got to get out and do something to change this whole, dynamic, the course that we're heading on, because it's only getting crazier because they are making laws. They have judges in place who are willing to back those crazy laws. So we've got to get them out of there. Shout out to Biden for getting all of these judges, federal judges out, and hopefully we'll have every slot filled before any other administration or anything comes in. Yeah.
Thanks, Phil. Man, that was wonderful, man. Jeremiah, I want to thank you. And make sure you guys, if you can and will, support sickle cell, yo. Before I get out of here, I do want to give a shout out to my Bear County Panthers. The young fellas out there doing their thing. They're out there practicing, man. So you want to make sure you go check them out on their Facebook page, the Bear County Panthers. I know I hadn't been out to no practices yet, but I'm going to slip in on you. Trust me, man. And Q, give me a call, man. Give me a call. So, and if you're in the basketball, go out to the SA Legends out there on Joe Louis Drive and give a shout out to my main man, JC, man. He'll work you. You can't go out there slipping, y'all. And bona fide sportsman, no BS, man. Let's go. Let's get it going. What you got, Phil?
No, I'm just glad that Rodney mentioned about Abbott, because this dude is he doesn't care about anybody. He wouldn't save. He's not only not wanting to save kids, he doesn't want to save anybody. Look what happened in Uvalde. You couldn't get him to go back down there to do anything. And he's talking about offering them mental health care. During the same time, in April of last year, he cut $220 million from the mental health budget for Texas. So this guy, well, look, you know what? Like Jeremiah said, you better watch what you say.
All right. Y'all, next Tuesday, Sports Talk on TAAN TV, the African American Network, where we have a local feel and a global reach, y'all. Y'all be safe out there. See you next week.
Peace.
Hey.
Yeah, Jeremiah.